So lesson 3 starts a whole new section in the book. The first 2 lessons are about the cut page, and then the next few lessons are going to be all about the edit page. And to begin with, we start similarly in an empty new project, just like we did last time. So lesson 3 is all going to be about setting up the project, kind of giving you an overview of all the pages, we're going to import some clips, do some metadata, bins and smart bins, and then create some custom bin views. Not a terribly long lesson, probably about 30 minutes in length. But you start in an empty project manager with your cooking show. You come down and you choose to make a new project. You can save the cooking show if you want. And then you start to name this. You can name it whatever you like, my new project or something. And you create it. And you'll open up probably to the cut page if that's where you last left DaVinci Resolve. And if you did, you're just going to start by coming up, go to the workspace menu and choose to reset the UI layout. We're going to start by going into the project preferences up underneath the DaVinci Resolve menu. Here in the preferences, you're going to start off with the media storage and just explain media storage and how this first drive is where your scratch disk is. You're also going to talk about project save and load. You can turn on live save. If you want to turn on project backups, that's fine. Just make sure you are going to a real place on your hard drive and not one that's preset here in the preferences or empty. But live save you definitely want to turn on, and you want to explain to them what the differences are between live save and project backups. So we're going to turn on live save, and really those two are the only 2 things you really need to go over. If you want to go over more, you're welcome to, but the system, media storage, your scratch disk, and the user's project save and load, and then you can just save that. Then we're going to go up to the project settings, right? And the project settings, we're just going to go into master settings. We're going to make sure this timeline resolution is at 1280 by 720 and that the timeline frame rate is at 23976. And those are really the 2 things that you want to cover there. Once you save that, we just go over the pages, the media page, the edit page, Fusion, what they're all for. You click on them once very quickly just to go through them very quickly and explain what they do. You're going to end up on the media page in the end. In the media page, you want to explain what you're looking at here. In the upper left here is the library browser. It's really just all your hard drives connected to your computer where you can navigate to the actual folders that you want to use. And so we're going to go to Documents, and here are all our lessons in the R16 Intro Lessons folder. You have a viewer, you have your media pool where all your source clips will be. And so we start off by going into lesson 3 and opening the video clips and selecting all the clips and just dragging them into the media pool and talking about how these clips are not moved on the hard drive. They're just linked in to the project, so they're still the same resolution, format, and whatever. Then what you're going to do is you're going to import the whole folder of audio. So you're either going to just step back, right-click over the audio folder and add folder and subfolders into Media Pool, create bins. This will create your audio bin. You definitely want to show that you can click between them and that the bin shows up in the master bin. Just reiterate that the master bin contains everything. Then you're going to start talking about reviewing and scrubbing in the media page. So we just go find a clip, hover over it, and just move your mouse back and forth so people can see the live preview. Next, increase the size of these thumbnails so they can see them more clearly. And especially because you're going to want to set a poster frame, and it's on this 07 Kenya, this big blue clip. You want some of that yellow plane in there. Just right click and then say set poster frame, so that when you're off that clip, it now just remains with that yellow plane in there. Next, you're going to talk about the metadata panel. So you're going to select the 01 Shoot the Real World, talk about the metadata panel here in the lower right. You're going to want to add a keyword to this, so we're going to choose shot and scene from that filter menu. And then in the keywords, just type in INT to bring up the dictionary menu here and choose interview. And now you can show them that clip now has that interview. And then you're going to want to do 2 at once. We're going to select 02, hold down Command and select 03. So now we have the 2 remaining interviews there, and we're going to add interview as the keyword here, INT, select it from the menu, and just point out that when you have more than one clip selected, you must click Save to save the keywords on multiple clips. Once you have that, we turn ourselves to talking about bins. The first thing you're going to do is make a new bin. You can just come over and right click and say new bin and call this, credits. And you're just going to come up to the master bin and drag 11 movie credits into the new credits bin and just show that it's there and it's not any longer in the master bin. And then you're going to create a smart bin. So down in the bottom, you can actually show that smart bins are automatically created for keywords. So you don't have to create a smart bin for keywords. They just automatically show. But if you want to create your own, you can just as easily right click underneath the keyword smart bin and say add smart bin. For this, we're going to call it B-roll. You have to switch the first one to be shot and scene, just like where the metadata is located. We're going to make sure that it says we're looking for the keyword. So just scroll down a little bit, say keyword contains interview or INTER if you just want to type in a little bit of it, or you can type in the whole thing. And then we're going to show that the clips are already there. We're going to add additional material because we're going to say it does not contain interview. So now it has a lot of the other clips that do not have the keyword interview. We're going to go back to media pool properties and look for the clip type. A nice way to see the clip type is you can, once you have the menu open, you can just tap on C. It will go to clip name, tap on C again, and it will go to clip type. So now we have clip type is. And what we want to do here is we want to make sure that this clip is not audio. And then I'm going to do another one that says this clip type is not a timeline as well. So now we'll just have video clips and video and audio clips, but not audio only clips and not timelines. It's just a way to show them how you can filter out different types of clips to narrow it down. And you definitely want to make sure that people know that these are always updating, right? So if you add clips into the bin with the keyword interview, they will show up in the interview smart bin. Then we're going to customize this bin view. We're going to click on the list view, make sure they know the difference between a thumbnail view and a list view. We're going to click on start timecode to sort it in that order. You're going to right click and have them just make a simple bin of just a few headlines. Just show me the top 3 things that they want to see in a bin. I'm going to just make sure my start TC is there and my duration is there, maybe my audio channels. And then at the top, I'm just going to say create custom layout and call this, simple view. And just right click over the headings to show that there is now a simple view column that they can update or load or delete. And that is really the end of lesson 3.